Thank you so much for tuning in for this night review. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the night reviews. I'll have a full daytime review coming out shortly after this video. But this GLE 450 has LED daytime running lights and LED headlights standard, as you can see right here. I like the design of these daytime running lights wrapping around there. I'll talk about how well these headlights do and get them out on the road in a little bit. One of those running lights is going to act as the turn signal in here as well. And then you've got the marker light there. You can get adaptive lighting optional, but we don't have it on this particular model. This GLE has several options, including this paint color, but you'll also see that we have these larger wheels. We've got the signals in the mirror. And then you're gonna get LED taillights back here as well. I like the look, the design. We also have the fog light, so rear fog light sitting in there that is pretty bright from back here, so it will work in foggy situations. And then you've got a red LED signal inside that lamp, and you'll see the reverse and brake lights. Then we get LED license plate lights here as well. You will get a foot activated lift gate on here, really bright there, even a red light right there, like a safety light up there, which is nice. Now into the cargo area, you got a couple of lights. So we've got a bright light over there. It lights up this area pretty well. Plus you've got bright lighting overhead, just what you would expect with a luxury vehicle like this. Now this silver paint is optional. It does look really nice. It's not like a super metallic-y look, but not a flat look either. It just looks nice overall. And then climbing into the back seat, you're still gonna get LED lighting in the doorway. There's even LED lighting underneath, or excuse me, ambient lighting underneath of the footwells there. I'll talk about more in the full review, but to my surprise, there's no illuminated plugs back here, but be sure to check out the full review for all the details. And the interior of this Mercedes is definitely a really nice place to be. We're gonna go through all the ambient lighting in here, all the controls. Look at this huge display up here, a combined display. And then we've got these Napa leather seats in this model as well with these massive bolsters. What do you think of that? Well, let's go ahead and hop in. Now, when you approach the vehicle, you don't get the fanciest lighting, but as soon as you unlock it and those mirrors unfold, check it out. You've got these projectors down on the ground to where you get this Mercedes emblem right here. I think that looks pretty nice. It's definitely a little statement piece. The rest of the lights turn on. Just a nice little feature. All right, now we have hopped inside and we're gonna take a look at all the ambient lights, the interior lighting overall, and different features in here. Just kind of a quick run through compared to my full review. Be sure to check out the daytime review if you wanna see more. But first of all, over on the door, you've got your heated seat button. Ventilated seats will be over there. I like this ring around the seat controls. This is pretty cool. So this is how you actually adjust your seat, your memory settings. Got this ambient light strip, glow in the door handle, and all these illuminated buttons down here, even some glow down at the bottle holder and down at your feet too. The actual light controls are right here. Automatic, regular headlights, parking lights, and your rear fog lights right there. The interior brightness control is this dial right here. So this adjusts the brightness of the buttons as well as the brightness of the displays to an extent too. So you can control the brightness of buttons, displays, overall brightness with that dial. The steering wheel controls are really nice. They're actually pretty solid feeling and it's got a good layout to them. Nice gentle white backlighting too. This display also standard over a 12-inch screen right here, fully digital across, as well as this digital display here. It's kind of shrunk with the Apple CarPlay because it doesn't take up the whole screen, but the screen goes all the way over to the side. Pretty standard stuff here from Mercedes. So if we go to settings, we can go up and over to light, and you can get to your ambient lighting, your delay on your exterior lighting and interior lighting, even turn off the running lights. You can also go over to the comfort setting, go down and you see this little lamp right there. Click on the lamp and then you can get to your ambient lighting. So the color in here is pretty cool. You can have multicolor with animation, or you can just go straight over and do different colors over here. There's technically 64 different colors if you go to the customizer. And this is standard on here. This is really awesome. So let me go to a green color here. Look at that. I'm gonna go to a glacier blue color. You can have color flash or like color mix, where it actually will mix up colors for you. See different little colors, like one up there, the green around there, different colors all around. There's even some color down here, or some ambient lighting right on this center console. It looks really nice in here. I mean, if you don't like it or don't want it, you can turn it off or turn it down as well. But I think it's a nice feature. It really makes for a kind of a unique cabin at night. So check this out. You can go to brightness. You can do different zones. So you can make the accent lighting be a certain amount of brightness. So like turning that down, you can see that adjust there. And if I go over to the ambience marker on the screen, I'm gonna turn that one down. And then like down at your footwell, things like that over in the door, those change. So what color do you like, and would you have it on or off, or what do you think of this ambient lighting? And one more thing, for your actual full-on display brightness, you can go to your settings, go to designs and displays, then you can adjust the display brightness on here or turn it off altogether. Coming down, we get our climate controls down here, pretty self-explanatory there. Dual zone, you do get some lighting in the cup holders, which is nice. Some gentle lighting around your command control here, your M-Bucks Mercedes system. You've got some shortcuts. I'll go through that in more details in the full review. Go ahead and move on back. We've got some lighting in this center console, which is always nice. And Mercedes interior lighting is really nice, actually. If you want the reading light, like for example, let me turn on the guest reading light. It actually comes from under the mirror. So it's not bright and invasive for you as a driver, but it provides good light over here. Otherwise, you can turn all these darn lights on. So you've got the overhead lights, you've got lighting everywhere, and it lights this whole cabin up really well. All right, y'all, let's take a look at these headlights and the beam pattern. It's definitely nice and bright and strong right in front of us. Obvious dip there to prevent blinding oncoming traffic. The width isn't great, but it's certainly not bad. We don't have any fog lights or anything to take up that width. And then the high beams are really bright right there. You can get ultra wide high beams on other or optional with adaptive lights, but the IIHS grades these as acceptable, which is the second best rating. Otherwise, with the adaptive lights, you'll get the best rating possible. All right, y'all, we are now behind the wheel of this GLE 450, and this does not have the optional advanced lighting system that's going to give you the ultra wide high beams and the adaptive lights, but these still do a pretty good job, and we're going to take a good look at them in this test drive. We'll get on kind of a semi-lit road first, and then we're going to get on a dark road, go around some corners, and see how everything does. So one thing to note real quick is that the driver's side mirror is auto dimming, rear view mirror is also auto dimming, so those are both nice to see. And in the test drive, I'm going to go through, in the regular test drive, I'll go through how fast this thing is and how fun it is to drive. But I'm going to give you a quick snippet because we've got a good amount of horses and a good amount of torque in here. Pedal down. Just hit a ramp, but it will get going in a hurry. Just a quick note, I do have automatic high beams currently running. There's a car in front of us. We have not flashed them. On our dark road, hopefully we get some oncoming traffic to get an idea of what that's like. But overall ambiance, what do y'all think? I'm gonna leave the ambient lighting running here right now. We'll get on a dark road. All right, so far through that whole road with the overhead lights, the automatic high beams did not turn on at all. But when they do turn on, watch, it's like a gentle crescendo effect. And they just turned on right there. So that is pretty cool. It's kind of hard to tell when we were facing up, but you can see bright high beams down the road. Go just the low beams, a huge difference. But let's see how the low beams do into this corner here. It lights up that corner pretty well. We don't have the adaptive lighting, so it's not going to move with us left to right. I think that's still fair going over there, but there's a big light shining on it from one of the houses. But I'll take that. That's not bad. We'll see what it's like up here on another corner. Okay, I got just the low beams on. I want to see what the reach is on here. I think the low beams are okay. You know, the IIHS says they don't go quite as far as they should, and I can definitely see that. High beams crescendoed on. I just turned the automatic high beams back on. I love the gentle glow. And they just shut off, probably because of the house lights. And they turn back on. Very bright. Where the high beams shine, they are extremely bright. I haven't seen the ultra wide high beams on this GLE to know how those do, but there's a car way off in the distance and the high beams are still on, to my surprise. That's kind of surprising. High beams are still on. Okay, I'm going to turn just the low beams on now. And we'll get some peripherals. We don't have any fog lights. It's definitely not super wide. I don't feel comfortable directly out to the side, but a little bit further off, you've got some pretty good width out there. The low beams are okay. High beams are definitely the way to go. Let's see how it is on a little corner. Okay, so as I turn in here, I've got the high beams on. This is a little place I've been going to where you can get a look at some cornering visibility. So let me turn the high beams off. Now we have just the low beams. You can see a little bit off to the side, not a ton. Let me get a little bit of corner here. You can see what we couldn't see. And then as I go to the right, I can see to the right pretty well around that corner. I'm sure the adaptive lights do really nice, and it'd be great to have the wide high beam, but these still do a good job. High beam, low beam, high beam. Ambiance in here is also really good. Let me know what you think of it, but be sure to check out the night review or the daytime review. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.